building.
Yo, we in the house.
Yo.
This is Conversation with Jocks, where we give you positive perspectives on our daily encounters. Welcome
Real
back,
talk.
guys. Welcome to another wonderful show. JOC in the building.
Yes, sir. Yeah, boy. It's been a minute, boy. I know.
It's been a while. What's going on with you, Jay?
And just chilling out, man, on vacation down here in Florida. Loving every bit of it.
I see. What's up with you, O?
I'm cooling, man. I'm just trying to get over an incident happened at the gym not too long ago.
What happened at the gym?
This is how you know you're getting old.
Okay.
When I asked who got next? I went to the gym, went to shoot some hoops. I was like, who got next? And the dude was like, you do, sir. I'm like, sir, who's it? When did I become a sir? Well, that's how you know you're getting old. Well, I started to go back home, but
Yes, parents told the manners, respect your elders.
I guess so. Boy. I guess so. So I wanted to see if it was. I said, "What'd you say?" He's like, "Yeah, you do, sir." He said it again. So that's how you know you're getting old. So I guess we got to embrace it.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, we have been putting in work for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a good show today. It's a deep conversation, a topic. What if God came down? Think about it. Before we go into it, let's get into our cheat code. Today's cheat code is all about getting the most out of your flight experience by giving a little gift to your flight attendant. So picture this. You're settling down into your seat, ready for your flight, when suddenly you remember this cheat code. It's simple. Hand your flight attendant a Starbucks or any $10 gift card with a smile. Why? Because flight attendants work hard to ensure your comfort and safety during the flight, and a small gesture of appreciation goes a long way. So what perks can you expect in return? Well, it could be anything from a snack or a beverage upgrade to a better seat if available. Plus, you're likely to receive top-notch service throughout the flight. Remember, it's not about bringing your way to special treatment. It's about showing gratitude for the hard work for the flight crew. So next time you're flying, consider giving a little gift to your flight attendant and unlock these in-flight perks with this cheat code. Fly high and enjoy the journey. All right.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. Hey, I can tell you one thing about flying, because that was actually a good cheat code. Every time I get on a plane, when you come through the front, I always talk to the pilots.
Mm.
Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all all right? Everything good? Just to make sure,
Right.
because I done seen a couple of movies, flight, make sure they are, with Denzel, making sure they on point. And I'm always friendly to the
Attendance.
to the attendants.
Yeah, that was a pretty good cheat code because I recently learned that flight attendants really don't get paid until that door is closed.
Oh,
So the different courtesies that they give before that door is closed is really on them.
I see.
And so showing them as much appreciation is what's up.
All right, guys, let's get into it. So what if God came down? How did we get on this topic?
Last night we was just riding. I heard a song, and then I posed a question. Well, the song had something to do with God, and I just posed the question to what do you think would happen if God came down and showed himself like, hey, y'all, I'm here in the building. Y'all cool out with all this foolishness.
Yeah, and it's clear what will happen. People, generally speaking, would chill out. They would calm down. Jay was saying even crime would go down. And evidently, it'll make this earth just a little bit better to live in.
I don't think a little bit better. I think a whole lot better. And that's what we want at the end of the day as citizens.
A lot better. And that's okay. And that's probably true. If he came down, it'll probably be true. But ultimately, in the big scheme of things concerning the Bible on how God moves, us obeying him because he's present, it would most likely be obedience because he's there, or obedience because of fear.
If you ask me that question, what if God came down? To me, it would be the last day, the day of judgment.
Yeah, but let's forget about the whole judgment, rapture, he coming down, boom, hell, fire, and brimstone, the blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying, he came down. Like, nobody knows when the end of time is except him.
Right.
And him coming down just to say, hey, I'm here. I'm real. Y'all cool out. But I will be back. But y'all cool out.
But it's not now.
Not now. Not now. He's not coming right now to judge nobody.
Okay.
He's just coming down to let people know, yo, y'all been bugging lately.
Right.
I'm here. Y'all just cool out.
Yeah, the issue I have with that is that, yes, crime may go down. People may make decisions that's a little bit better, but it's coming from a place of fear or a place of, if he's real and the Bible says that he can do X, Y, and Z, I'm not trying to get X, Y, and Z done to me, so I'm going to fly straight as much as I can.
And I don't see that as a bad thing.
Yes, but the reason it's a bad thing is because he wants obedience from a place of love and a place out of uncoerced decision. So I believe he hides himself, gives us his word, gives us all his instruction, and allow us the freedom to choose without any physical appearance of a consequence. And that way you can generally see who wants to be where they really want to be. Who's going to do what they really want to do when there's no apparent consequences at the door?
So what I'm getting from this example, or what you guys are saying with this example I'm going to pose, is just like students in a classroom. They have their teacher in the room. They're behaving. They're doing well. And the teacher steps out and they're misbehaving, acting a fool, going around throwing things and saying things that are not appropriate. The teacher comes back and they calm down. However, the teacher wants it to where she's at a point where she can leave the room, the student is still behaving, and is still choosing to do something that is good without her presence. Is that something similar?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, man, but still, to me, I think that's, bogus. And I'm gonna say this like that. And the reason I'm saying I think that's bogus is because you got 30 kids in the classroom. 5 of them are bad. Those other 25 kids are like, yo, they looking at these 5 kids like, yo, man, why don't y'all just shut the up? We trying to learn. Mm-hmm. So yeah, when the teacher come in, the teacher's like, yo, when the teacher come in and them 5 students sit down, the whole class is, the rest of the 25 kids is like, yo, thank goodness. You see what I'm saying? Like, thank goodness. Now we can learn.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And, if these 5 kids don't know how to act when the teacher's not there, they need to get rid of these 5 kids. Get these 5 kids out of the classroom.
Yeah. My question is at one point, because we mentioned that if God came before the time, because we know at the end of time, those 5 students will be getting rid of. They will get the consequences. But we're talking about if he came before time, how those 5 kids would act right.
Right. What's the matter with them kids acting right now out of fear? What's the matter with that?
Right, because here's the problem I have with that. It's not a genuine act right. It's a pretend. And when the teacher comes back, if the teacher has a reward, say, oh man, you guys are acting right. Let's go on a field trip. Now here is a reward for acting right. When it doesn't come from a genuine place of their heart, now you're taking these kids out the Pizza Hut or something, and they wilding out there.
No, that's the thing. I'm not taking these kids out to Pizza Hut. I'm not taking these kids out to Pizza Hut. Because why? Because I'm the teacher. I've been watching from my camera in the classroom, and I know that these kids only act right when I get there. So guess what? At the end of the day, at the end of the school year, y'all ain't coming.
Oh, so
but what we gonna do is every time I come in the classroom, yeah, y'all gonna act right. That's fine. That way, guess what? It's 30 kids in the classroom. 30 of them are good because I'm sitting in here. But at the end of the school year, guess what? You ain't getting your cap and gown and you ain't walking because why? You've been acting a donkey all school year when I wasn't around.
So basically in this world, a lot of people have asked the question, why does God allow bad things to happen? Or why did God create, people like Hitler or Stalingrad, or even, why does bad things happen to good people? And the perspective that I have seen is people genuinely evaluate whether or not God, his sovereignness is really governing this world in a way that's good for people overall. But my answer to that question is things may look like it's in array or all messed up.
Things are in array and they are messed up. Babies catching straight bullets. Things are out of control. Things are out of control.
And
so that's what I'm saying. People doing all this wild stuff because they not really thinking about at the end game. They living for right now. So I'm going to act crazy.
So if God was down here and elicit that fear, how is it determined I'd earn a spot in heaven because I'm doing everything because I see him right here? But if he's not here, how does he say, okay, not in my presence or not because of certain things? How do I make heaven?
I mean, listen, I ain't got all the answers, Sway.
Right.
But no. But what I'm saying is, if he come down, show himself, boom, strike fear in you, strike fear in you, strike fear in me, because we out here in the streets acting crazy. Okay, we was acting crazy at first,
right?
But now, that dude is real, man. I ain't doing that stuff no more, yo. I'm chilling. Chilling.
Is it because he's here, or let's say, do they want to do it, but they're not doing it because he's here, but still want to do it?
No, they doing it because now they not doing it no more because now they know,
he's real.
It's real.
Okay.
Right, but so it's not coming from a place a lot. So the ultimate question: Are we saying that he set this world up for success, or are we saying he set this world up for failure?
That's a good question. Did you set the world up because you was bored? Out of boredom. Because if you already know the outcome, you know all, see all. He know that I was going to hop on this podcast and be talking this foolishness right now. He already knew that.
So you're saying because he knows this, why is he allowing it to happen?
Exactly.
Right. Here's okay. Imagine if, let's say, if you were a judge, and in your nice mansion, this dude came and broke into your house. He wasn't wearing no mask, and you look right in his face, and he grabbed one of your expensive items and went to running, and you called the police and you gave the description, but you didn't hear much of it. Now you go, like 3 weeks later, you go to work, and they bring this same criminal into court for being caught from a home invasion and robbery. You know the dude is guilty, but everyone in the courtroom, the jury and everyone else, they don't know. And so if you just sentence this dude, just give him a punishment as soon as he walk in the door, you give him a punishment, you would look like an unjust judge. But because you know the end from the beginning, you let it play out so that everyone can see. So everyone can see the case, understand, and then you make the judgment there. And so a lot of times when people say, why did God create the devil or don't just destroy Satan? Satan accused God of being unjust and unmerciful. And he answers the question. He's letting it play out so that the court can see, because everyone doesn't have the powers to see the end from the beginning like he does. But since he does, he's letting it play out, and the punishment will be dealt out accordingly.
Okay, so you saying that if I was a judge, somebody broke into my house and police catch him, whatever, and then I see him later on down the road, and he come into my courtroom, and I'll be like, yo, we ain't even got to go to trial. I know you guilty. It was my crib that you broke into, right? So yeah, you guilty. And all these other people is be like, oh, he didn't even let the man go to trial. Guess what? If I was a judge and I seen this dude previous.
But I'm going to say that wasn't me.
No, hold on.
If I was a criminal.
Hold on. Of course you're going to say that. But I know it was you, right? Hold on. Let me get what I was going to say. If I was a judge and I I seen you previous, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I already knew that you was going to break into my house, I would never give you leniency in the first place at the very beginning.
I'm confused now. Leniency. I got lost. What do you mean?
If we're comparing the judge to God,
Yes.
know all, see all,
Right.
right? I'm a judge. I already knew that this little joker was going to break into my house to set trial, and he was going to end up in my courtroom in the first place, right?
Okay.
So I would never even let him out of jail to begin with.
Okay. So
For him to come back, for him to get out meaning be born to
I'm tracking.
to act a fool.
Right. So one premise we definitely have to understand about God is, number one, God believes in or establishes free will. And of course, ultimately, he desires for us to choose him and to choose right and to choose good. But the fact that it's a choice means that there's the possibility of people choosing not God, not good, not righteous things. But his premise is to give us a free choice. And whatever choice we make comes with a certain consequence.
A consequence that he already know. And he already know who's going to make the right and the wrong choice.
Exactly. So it's not fair for him. Do you think it's fair for him to take away the choice? So it's like, it's not true love then. It's not true love if you only creating people to do only what you want them to do. It's what they're doing is not from a service of love. It's because they don't want to be destroyed. It's not coming from a genuine place. It's like when I'm dating someone and they want me to bring them flowers or roses, I don't have a problem with giving gifts, but I want to give a gift from the bottom of my heart. It has to come from me. I don't want to be forced to give somebody something just to please them if I'm not feeling it. And that's the same thing with God. God doesn't want us to force. He wants it to come from our genuine choice from the bottom of our hearts. And that is the first premise. And from that premise, we understand, okay, some people, or when it comes to the devil, will make this choice and some people make that choice. But because he loves, he gives the freedom to choose.
Listen, man, I get that. I really truly do. But what I'm saying is, why? Come on, man. You creating a serial killer? You creating a serial killer.
That's the problem. He's not creating a serial killer.
He is creating a serial killer because he knows that this dude is gonna be a serial killer.
The point is he's creating the choice. The person has a choice to be a serial killer or not.
But he knows the choice that this dude is going to make.
Yes.
He know that this dude is gonna be a serial killer.
It's hard to hear this without. Do you know the ultimate plan? Do you know what he has?
Of course I don't know the plan.
So how can you say?
So he creating serial killers to kill people so a chain of events could take place. That's always a possibility. Yes, maybe this serial killer needs to be here. Maybe this serial killer has to be here.
I think this is a good question. I think it's a good question. I think it's an appropriate discussion. Because there's a lot of people who serve without really fully understanding. God is truly sovereign. He's really in control. And the Bible says that sin will not raise its ugly head up again. So it's going to be how he ultimately wants it to be. But along the way, he has to allow this process to play itself out.
Say what you just said again about sin. He says sin won't rear its ugly head again.
Yeah, sin is not going to happen again in heaven.
Okay. Sin is not going to happen again,
Yes.
right? Why would you want sin here in the first place?
He didn't want it here. He's proving a point. He doesn't want it here. He's proving the point of what the freedom is to choose other than him. It cost. And throughout the ceaseless ages of eternity, he will have two marks in his hand permanently to show what the cost of sin is. He paid the price. So it looks like he's unjust, But he paid the price for those people who chose to do the wrong thing. He paid the cost so that they could have an opportunity to live the way that we all desire to live. And they still, or people still choose not to take his judgment.
Imagine this. Imagine me creating something that I know is going to go left. And then I pay the price for it, knowing that I'm going to pay the price for it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Why the rigmarole? Why the rigmarole? That's the ultimate question. Why all the rigmarole?
All right, it's beautiful.
And what I see, what you're asking and what you're saying is just like you have a child, let's say, is born into this world, and you lock him in the room, and you're saying that, you know what, the world is terrible out there. I'm doing this for you. And you lock him to the room, maybe his entire life. Is that fair to the child? Are you doing it for love? Why not open the door and let him experience the world? Do you not love the child, even though you know what may or may not happen to him if you let him go outside and experience the world?
Of course not. But what I'm saying is, the analogy that you used, I wasn't feeling it. I'm just going to keep it
Right. So
what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If I know that my child, if I can protect my child from the evils in this world, not expose them to evils in this world,
right,
I would take that road. Period. I would take that road.
So in other words, if he was in charge, you could do a better job.
You hear what he just said? You hear what he just said? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. I don't know the ultimate plan. I'm just asking questions. And at the end of the day, me and the big homie, we good. That's my man. He know I'm going down here acting a fool. So I don't want nobody judging me.
Well, I'll be curious. I mean, if you open that door, I'd be curious to know, how do you know you and him are good? But let's not go down that road. let's look at him. Let's examine him, because ultimately he's the one that's really on the witness stand. He's the one that's truly being judged, whether or not how he conducted things down here, is he really good? You know what they say? God is good. All the time. All the time. God is good. Is he really good? Is he sovereign? You know, I like to run my house a particular type of way. And generally speaking, it goes the way that I want it to run. And him being God now, he should be able to run the world the way that he wants it to run. And it ultimately goes the way that he wants it. But there's certain concepts that I think we never truly are able to see. He promised that sin will never happen again at a certain time. So from that, we can use deductive reasoning. We could see if sin never happened, there would have always been the possibility of sin.
No.
The fact that sin happened, he eradicated it at a specific time in the future. It's going to be eradicated. And he said that it'll never happen again. So we being exposed to this disease of sin, he has a booster shot to take care of it. The vaccination was already created, but sin coming on the scene, we needed to see the detriment of it, and it cost his son's life. It cost him. He paid a penalty for it. We have to be able to see that. He used sin. Imagine his son dying on a cross. That would have never have to happen. In other words, we would have never seen the depth of his love if sin never happened. There'd be no reason to go to the cross. We would never even imagine the Son of God dying on a cross if sin never happened. We would never know the extent of what he would do to meet the crisis.
Yo, tell me, am I crazy for saying this? But he the reason why his son died on the cross. No?
Break it down. What do you mean?
Because at the end of the day, he's responsible.
No, we talking about when he gave Adam a choice.
If you want to go there, he created Adam. Boom. Yeah, you know what? Adam needs somebody. So let me create this person who I know is going to disobey me.
Okay.
That's where we at. Yes,
but how do we get there? How do we get there?
What do you mean, how do we get there?
How do we get to where we're at? He created someone that he knew would make a choice that wasn't good.
Right.
But I said, how do we got there? How we got there is because he loves and because he wants true love, he creates the freedom to choose. It's the love.
And again, I'm not knocking that and I'm not disputing
But that's
that.
how we got to where we're at.
But at the end of the day, like I said, you're responsible.
Who's responsible?
He's responsible. He's responsible for it all. Or am I not? Is he not responsible for
Our
everything?
choices?
For everything.
He can't make me choose something.
He
can make you do anything.
Okay, but he gave me a power of choice.
Yes.
He can make you do anything.
Yes. But making people do something is like making our woman love us or making our woman be with us versus her wanting to be there because she chooses, because she loves us.
Like Diddy, right? But next subject.
No, not like Diddy. But yeah, we don't want somebody with us because they have to be. We want somebody to be with us because they choose to be. And God wants the same thing. But that choice, everyone is not going to choose to serve him. And they will see the consequences of that choice and it will be dealt with. And there will be a paradise where this problem will never happen again. So in my book, he's sovereign. In my book, even though things like what's the worst thing that could happen to a person, in your opinion?
In my opinion,
Yeah.
get burned.
A burn on their hand?
No, just a complete. What's the third degree? Third degree burn. What's the worst burn?
Yeah, if you get third degree, you talking about third degree and live, or just endure the pain of the burn?
Endure the pain of the burn.
So death is not the worst thing that can happen to a person. What you think? But pain and suffering is?
Yes,
Pain and suffering is the worst thing that can happen to a person.
I think so. Yes.
Okay. And so the paradise.
Do I need to explain why I
Break
feel
it
that
down
way?
if you want to break it down.
I feel
It seemed like you want to break it down. Go ahead.
I do. Because to me, death to me is not a bad thing.
Okay.
Because this is my own personal feeling.
Sure.
Death allows us to get out of this crap hole that we're in right now, called Earth. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
And whether or not, you made the wrong choices or the right choices in life, once you check out, once your ticket is punched, whatever is going to happen to you. But as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't have to deal with this crap no more.
Okay. That could be dealt with several different ways. But, life can be restored. Death is not really that big of a deal because it can be taken away, but it could also be restored. As a matter of fact, everyone that died will be restored. Some people are restored to judgment, or some people are restored to damnation, and other people are restored to paradise.
Right. And that's why I said, the choices that you make, ultimately the consequences at the end of the rainbow, you either going to go left or you're going to go right. But right now, I'm talking about right now, death to me is not so bad.
Oh, word! Oh man, we need to have some therapy. We need
So
What?
Death.
No. What? Therapy?
yeah.
You afraid to die?
No, I'm not afraid to die.
Exactly. Are you afraid to die?
But life is great.
No, that's what I'm saying.
so for me,
You're
as
afraid
far
to
as
die?
the worst thing can happen, going death.
And that's what I don't mean to cut you off, but that's why to me, because I'm not afraid to die, to me, I don't think death is the worst thing.
Or you're afraid of third-degree burns.
Yes.
But it made it seem like you was ready to check out of here anytime.
Oh man, you crazy?
Oh, okay. Good.
Man, I got kids.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I mean, he came that we might have life and have it more abundantly. He desires for us to have abundant life, abundant health, abundant wealth, abundant happiness, strength, and abundant spirituality. So his plan was for us to be in abundance in this present world now, even before paradise. But yes, certain people choices can alter that vision, but ultimately he will get it to the way that he wants it. And that's the bottom line. And so there is a verse in the Bible that says every knee shall bow, So your knees are going to bow and your mouth is going to confess that he is Lord. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And so...
Hey, no, wait, pause.
Yes.
Hey, you know what he said? Hey, look, please don't send me to hell for this.
Right.
But look, listen, you seen the movie 300, right?
Yes.
You know when my man was trying to get him to bow, he was like, man, my knee. Man, I've been slaughtering souls. When you said that, listen, man, I'm sorry. When you said that, that's the first thing that came to mind.
Right.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. That knee's gonna go down. That knee's gonna go down. Every knee and every tongue shall confess. But he's gonna get it the way that he wants it to be. And that's just the bottom line. He's sovereign. And even though things can look bleak or can look sad on this earth, ultimately, we're in good hands.
Yeah, the only thing I was going to piggyback on saying that the worst thing I think can happen to someone would be death without proving a spot in heaven. Because of their judgment, you only are accountable for the actions you have done on this world. If I feel that I've done and lived a righteous life and lived my life for Christ and I died, I have no problem with death. So we finished our topic about what if God came down. We had deep conversations and a lot of things that may or may not have been answered. These deep conversations and questions we can ask amongst each other, talk to people and family, or anyone with a spiritual leadership in your life. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to us at Conversation with Jock. That ends our discussion today. And that wraps up another thought-provoking episode of Conversations with Jock. If you want more engaging content and exclusive behind-the-scenes moments, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Jock Talks. And for the complete episodes and thrilling bonus content, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jock Podcast. We appreciate your continued support and look forward to bringing you more inspiring conversations in the future. Stay curious, stay motivated, and keep striving for personal growth. Until next time.